February 25th, 2014, my daughter Melody was admitted to the Methodist Hospital in the Texas Medical Center in downtown Houston with her second transplanted kidney failing. June 6, still in the hospital, her other organs began to fail and she was moved into ICU. June 8th, the doctor said there was nothing they could do to save her and gave her 3 to 7 days to live. June 13th, during my morning time with God, He gave me Job chapter 1. I read it and wrote the following on Facebook, not tying it to Mel at all at that time. June 15th, during my morning time with God, He once again gave me Job chapter 1. My post regarding that is at the bottom of this post. Even then, I did not tie His messages to me, to my mail. I posted laughing, telling y'all that God had given me the same exact scriptures twice in 3 days. I even asked him, was he getting senile, forgetting what he gave me? June 15th, 11 years ago today, a couple hours after my post just mentioned and listed at the bottom of this post, I received word that my Mel had been healed, which is what I had prayed for many years, and taken home to heaven. Then it hit me that since the Friday before her death, God had been preparing me. He knew how close Melody and I were, and He knew how devastating her death would be to me. His preparation, even though I didn't realize it was, His preparation at the time and His absolute closeness the next week really, truly sustained me. He gave me and is still giving me the absolute most wonderful strength and peace, much better than I ever imagined was even possible. I hurt. 11 years later, I hurt. I miss my baby, and I will always miss her. But I know for a fact she is with Him. She served Him. She served the Lord. She was 32 years old. She deserves the life that she's got now with God. And even though I miss her so much, I thank God for taking such good care of her and for healing her body. After all, that is what I prayed for 16 years. There's no doubt in my mind that God will forever comfort me and give me strength and peace as He has. Here's what God gave me. on June 13th. Job chapter 1 in its entirety. These words are from God. It says, there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. That man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance was also 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their elder brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and only I am escaped to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. And he said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return hither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And all this Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Job was very wealthy. Not only did the Lord himself say he was perfect and upright, that he feared the Lord and eschewed evil, but God had also blessed him with 7 sons and 3 daughters, along with 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. That was a lot of mouths to feed and tend to, and he was a very wealthy man in every way. Then overnight, he lost it all, including his children. I've been in the same exact spot, except so far, I had not lost a child. This was me talking 3 or 4 days before she died. But I am very close to losing one now, and honestly, I do not know how Job did as well as he did. Notice how he reacted upon hearing of all his losses. Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head, fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He worshiped, y'all, after getting the news that he had lost everything, including his children. He worshiped. I have leaned on all of this many, many times. The Lord did old Job. The Lord, through old Job, sure helped me make it through the hardest times of my life, when all I wanted to do was have a continual, nonstop pity party for myself. Right there in that one chapter of Job are so many good lessons for us, and how our relationship should be with the Lord. There's a lot more to learn there too. Things most pastors will fluff up and sugarcoat because they prefer to tickle ears rather than preach the hard, naked truth of the Bible. Posted on June 15th, early in the morning at Facebook, the morning before I was notified of her death. I wrote, ha, 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 ha. I just love God, y'all. Yesterday or the day before, I wrote and posted a very lengthy article, and part of its content was the entire first chapter of the book of Job from the Bible. I have an Android app on my phone that provides daily Bible readings. After posting my good morning greeting here, I went to see what God had to offer me today, and it was the entire first chapter of the book of Job. I love it. And I wrote in my article, I think I could extract at least 1,000 good sermons just from that one book. So I went ahead and enjoyed reading it again. Y'all should read it too. Better yet, find the article I wrote that included it and read it. There's a lot more there than that. Well, I kind of just left it in mid-sentence there. It says, okay, in the shade of the giant pecan trees with a strong breeze blowing, it is hot, so I'm going back inside. Y'all behave. Stan at Stan's Shady Acres. That didn't have everything I was wanting to give you. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. But y'all, God is good. That that day was the hardest day of my life. I knew it was coming, but even when it got there, I wasn't ready. But God comforted me. After I had read the first chapter of Job 2 days in a row at God's instructions, after I got the news that she had died, I said, I've got to go worship. And I did. And that worship was done through a lot of tears, some heavy sobbing, but I worshiped. 11 years ago, y'all, I've been alone, all alone for that long. My dad died in '08. My daughter died in 2014. I just had to say something. I said it.